Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we're going to look at some of the other big stories that have been going on. Um, just kind of a breakdown on some of the things and how I feel about them. One, Dianne Feinstein needs to retire. She does. She is, what, 90-year-old at this point? Her memory, her cognition are all proven to be a negative in the Senate. Yet there are those who will still protect her. They'll cry, oh, that's ageism. Oh, that's sexism. No, no. If you are able to think clearly, if your memory works fine, if you're able to have, understandable discussions, wonderful. You can stay in office. But she is having trouble with that. Some people may go, oh, it's just sexist. Think about Fetterman. Fetterman had a stroke. He's already announced he will be back later. And, he is fighting to get his mind back into shape. She, on the other hand, she can't do anything. She needs to retire. Period. End of story. Clarence Thomas has opened up a bag of worms by not disclosing all the gifts he has been getting over his career. And it just keeps getting worse. There needs to be a definite investigation into Thomas. There needs to be a more definite set of ethics, code of ethics for the Supreme Court, as there is for the other courts in the nation. The Supreme Court hasn't been really forced to have a certain level of ethics, except, a little thing here or there. There needs to be a set of ethics set down. Because what he has done is corrupt. It is wrong. And they definitely need to have a serious investigation on him. I won't immediately call for impeachment, but he needs to be investigated. Period. Let's see, what else? It's only 2023. The election is at the end of next year, so we're still a year and a half away. But when looking at the elections, the only person I think Donald Trump fears is DeSantis, because he keeps hammering Ron DeSantis. And DeSantis, he's not doing anything great. He may end up not running just because he knows he's not going to beat Trump. But otherwise, nobody's going to be able to beat Trump in the primary. We get to the general election, it's a different story. Because honestly, there's those on the left don't want another 4 years of Trump. And the majority in the middle has done said, no, we don't want another 4 years of Trump. So yeah, he'll probably dominate the Republican primary, but he's not going to win the general. It'll be interesting to see how it ends up, if there's any chicanery. But yeah, if he ends up winning the Republican primary, I don't see him winning the general. I don't. Even if he starts talking common sense and trying to help people, there is too much standing in his way. He lied too much, because when he first got elected, he sounded common sense. Uh, a lot of things he pushed as what he wanted to do, common sense. But he gets in there and he acts like a typical Republican. So, yeah. Though, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Biden. I would like somebody who's actually left wing. That's why I shake my head and laugh every time I hear him go, Biden and his far left agenda. Are you stupid? How stupid do you have to believe that Biden has a far left agenda? He has been such a center right wing ghoul for all his career. I wish we had a left wing, candidate, left wing president, but that ain't, no. Anyway, yeah. But I kind of wanted to discuss those stories. In the field of wrestling, I've been trying to keep up with all the shows. I've kind of dropped off on Impact just because I don't have it up here in my Hulu cable subscription, which is Access TV. In fact, I wish I had Access TV on my Hulu cable, and I wish I had all the C-SPANs on my Hulu cable. Anyway, we will go ahead and end that episode there. I just kind of wanted to discuss some of the bigger stories I hadn't really touched on too much, um, but that are going on right now. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.